If you suffer with a lot of leg cramping, or maybe you just want to prevent it, here are my 6 tips to get rid of leg cramping. Now we know that there could be a lot of causes of that leg cramping and muscle cramps and aches. It could be poor blood circulation, so making sure that you are getting enough and proper blood circulation is going to be really important if you suffer with a lot of muscle cramps. Of course, poor diet and being pre-diabetic, and that's because that glucose needs to be used by the muscles during exercise, can also be a precursor to that muscle and leg cramping. Also dehydration, so simply not having enough fluids in your system can cause that muscle cramping. Now mineral depletion is really important as well. If you're lacking the important electrolytes like calcium, magnesium, sodium, or potassium, that can also exacerbate that leg cramping. And certain medications will also cause that cramping of the legs, especially those that contain fluoride. Now some of the most common medications that do contain that fluoride include the statins, so the cholesterol lowering medications, as well as asthma meds, high blood pressure medications, and diuretics, also antidepressants and anti-inflammatories, and even antibiotics can contain that fluoride, which can result in that leg cramping. But more importantly, here are my 6 tips how to get rid of that leg cramping, and of course doing it naturally. Okay, tip number 1 is always proper hydration. So making sure that if you're perspiring a lot, you're going to be exercising, that you have proper hydration every single day. I love that Soleil water, so I've got another video about that. That Soleil water, fantastic. Adding that salt into your water to help to balance those electrolytes, really, really important. Okay, tip number 2, you've got to warm up properly before you exercise. If you're prone to leg cramping and that lactic acid buildup, you want to make sure that you're getting that blood flowing properly before you are moving so that you don't get that leg cramping. Okay, tip number 3, fix your leptin and insulin resistance. Now this is important, that blood glucose control and your leptin signaling, really important if you're prone to that imbalance in your electrolytes, and of course your inability to utilize your blood sugar appropriately. This goes back to that leptin resistance and that insulin resistance as well. Okay, tip number 4, you may want to mix up an electrolyte drink. So this is a recipe that I do have. Please check it out. It is amazing. So it's something that I use for my kids, for their sports teams, as well as myself before a hot yoga class. Amazing to make sure that you're replenishing, especially those electrolytes, and that recipe is all natural without sugar. You got to check it out. It's going to save you a lot of money as well if you are prone to drinking a lot of those electrolyte drinks out there and you're buying them. This is much healthier and much more affordable as well. Okay, tip number 5, try to lessen your medications if you can, especially those that contain fluoride. You want to limit that exposure. And tip number 6 for that leg cramping is to detox fluoride out of your system. So this is something that I have another video about. For tips on how to detox that fluoride, please check out my video, Fluoride Toxicity, Symptoms and Detox Tips. I'll see you there.